Hi, you guys. Hopefully, you can hear me. Um, yeah, this is definitely a YouTube junk moment. Um, Dr. Umar, I don't know if you guys the volume is on or not. Well, anyway, I don't have a whole lot to say on the topic. Anyway, you know, several of the other YouTube content creators posted that there was a letter that was out here sent to Dr. Umar, cease and desist, for him to stop collecting money on behalf of the school that he's been building for several years, right? And, he still faithfully is asking people for donations. And, the school, he can't really give you a date. And I think last year he said last August. That's what I remember him saying. But then it would only thing that happened was this festival. And I believe he's doing this again this year. I see two people that are in here. Can somebody please let me know if you can hear me or not? Because my volume, it's not moving. I just wanted to make sure that, well, I'm not going to say a whole lot on this topic. Anyway, people that are familiar with him, you guys are familiar with the fact that he's been taking up collections to build this school. Was puzzling. One of the things I will say that became puzzling to me, that he's saying he don't want dollars from non-black people. You don't want funding from the government, which we are all a part of as well, regardless. We pay taxes. We are a part of keeping this country going. So you're saying you don't want help from the government. You don't want certain people donating money. But then I swear I overheard him saying that he was going to allow everybody in the school, so everybody can pay for the school. That's the way I see it. Like, if non-black people, and then I'm sure you're gonna let biracial people in, and if they have parents that are not black, why can't they donate to the school? Make that make sense, because that is what he said. He was like, "Well, I'm gonna open the doors to my Asian Africans and my Italian Africans and this, that, and the other." And I'm assuming he's referring to biracial people. I don't know who he's referring to, who the Asian Africans and the Italian Africans. I don't know who those people are. I'm just repeating to you guys what he said. And so when him saying that he don't want dollars from these people, it don't make sense to me. Because how do you know who these people are anyway, if they are, if someone has a non-black parent and they're classifying themselves as black, you are still getting dollars from people that are non-black. Okay, like, I don't like the foolery of that, of people trying to act as if people become black all of a sudden because they're sleeping with a black person. No, you're still whoever you are. You're still from wherever you're from. You're still the person that the people that brought you. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. These people don't become black because they're sleeping with a black person. So is that part of people trying to, manipulate stuff like that? Like, if you're going to allow these children in the school, then their families can assist you with building the school. And so I don't know if that's just something for him to throw out there, or if this is real. I wanted to play a piece of what he said on his Instagram live, because he's kind of like saying, don't worry about the cease and desist, or it sounds as if he's saying it's not real, it doesn't make sense, which I was questioning if stuff like that's legal anyway. Like, I've never heard of that, just to be honest with you guys. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Um, I've never heard. Is one thing, and you're sending a cease and desist for someone to stop speaking on something that they cannot prove, right? That's one thing. But to tell him to stop taking up a collection, I don't know how legal that is. That's something that I would have to look into, and I don't have that type of time, or I would have to listen to a lawyer speak to that, because I've never heard of that. I've never heard of anyone sending anyone a cease and desist to stop collecting money, right? Because there's a whole lot of people out here collecting money, and they may not necessarily be collecting money either for what they claim they're collecting this money for. Um, it's the part of, some of the stuff that he says that just don't make sense for me. I don't care what people do. Like I said before, if you guys are going to dig in your pockets and give somebody money because that's what you want to do, then that's what you're going to do anyway. Um, but to keep saying that the school is coming, and then kids have, I think one of these YouTubers was saying that her son was a little boy when she started hearing about the school, and now he's graduating from high school. So you can't say that you're doing things for young children when no children are involved in receiving or benefiting from what you're saying. You're just saying it. And that's what you're pulling people with, the theory of you putting the school here for you, because I guess the school is for just for boys. I don't know, because I don't think the school will ever happen at this point, because of the way that he's going about this. Like some of the stuff that he's saying, like I said, it don't add up and it don't make sense. If you're going to allow everybody's child in the school, then these people should also be able to assist you in building it, right? Um, yeah, I don't. It's still, no, no. I'm not. I just can't. I'm not buying what he's putting down on that. That needs to make more sense, and that really don't make sense alone. That just part of it alone. But like I said, I don't know how much money he's collecting every year. Only he knows that. Um, why, what more, you dangling all these kids. Let me show you guys a little piece of the video. Like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because it's either here or there. People that wanted to give money like that, they're just going to do it. Y'all can hit the Venmo on my page as well if that's what you want to do. If y'all just want to give people money, then that's what you do. Like, nobody can tell you not to do that. But I think that people that are constantly investing, at some point, they do want to know, like, well, where is the school? Like, these people that are giving you this money, they do have those little black boys in mind. They're not trying to feed Papa, whatever it is you call yourself over there. This is not just about you, and your personal whatever you doing, for yourself. This is about those little boys, and that's the only reason most of these people are giving you that money. And like he says that he has a personal page, I mean a personal account that you guys can give to if you want to give directly to him. Um, and that the funds for the school are separate. He makes it clear that there is a difference in people wanting to donate directly to him, because he is a speaker. He is a good speaker. No one's taking anything from Dr. Umar in that way, but you can't say that you're going to be building a school for the next 50 years, because you won't even be here in the next 50 years for this school to even open. We're going to keep it real about that, because you're of a particular age. How long do it really take for somebody to open the doors of a school, right? And our community spent a lot of money on a lot of stuff. Now, if people are giving you this money, there shouldn't be, for 10 years, we still shouldn't be having this conversation. I hear he's talking about doing another festival. I don't know what the festival is doing by way of helping him build the school, or if he's just trying to put something out there for the community, since people are they are giving him this money. And then I was questioning the black population in Delaware anyway. Like, is it even a black population? And that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna put the school somewhere where there's no black folk, and then you asking just for black people to own the school, these people can pay for their own school that you're gonna let up in the school. Okay, let's keep it real with that. Like, I don't have no issue with that, at all. Who in the school? I don't care about who's in these HBCUs either, right? That's not the conversation. The conversation is you taking money from people, and you're not doing what you're saying that you're going to do with it. you dangling all these keys. Let me show y'all. Because Dr. Umar is animated, and I don't have anything against the man. Like I said, when people are walking their talk, then people can't have a problem with you. But when you're saying stuff and you're doing the opposite of that, then yeah, people have a right to speak up on that. But let me let you guys hear what he had to say.
Form of justice to all the Negroes who are working against. Form of justice to all the Negroes who are working against. May 16th, 4 lunar eclipse. Form of justice to all the Negroes who are working against. May 16th, 4 lunar eclipse, Scorpios. Mama Oya is going to come and wipe out all of those who didn't want to get right with the partial solar eclipse in Taurus. So you're given a chance right now to stop being a hater. You're given a chance right now to stop being an agent provocateur. You're being given a chance right now to stop working against good people doing good things. If you're working against good people doing good things, Orisha Oshun will come to you today in the partial solar eclipse to say, get your life right. Stop sabotaging people. Stop hating on people. Improve relationships. Forgive people. Stop trying to get revenge on people. Forgive and move on. That's what you have to do today. But if you don't do it in 2 weeks, if you don't do it in 2 weeks' time, Orisha Oya coming with that 4 lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and she gonna wipe your ass right on out the way. She coming through with the machete of justice, and she just gonna wipe your ass right out the way. Now let's talk about cease and desist. The whole talk on YouTube is about cease and desist. Anybody want some Dr. Papa FDMG water? Anybody want some Dr. Papa FDMG water? Shout out to Sister Keita and to Sister Keita's sister for coming through with the FDMG water, because we are getting ready for the 2nd annual FDMG festival. I got my own water, brothers and sisters. Courtesy of Sister Keita, R.I.P. Brother Manny, I got my own water, brothers and sisters. So when you come to the festival this year, we're going to give you some Ifa Tunde holy water. When you come to the festival on September the 10th at 601 East 17th Street in Wilmington, Delaware, when you come to the festival, you're going to get some Ifa Tunde holy water. What that say? FDMG African Family Festival. FDMG African Family Festival. You can start registering for the festival. FDMGfestival.com. You can start registering for the festival. FDMGfestival.com on May the 1st. On May the 1st. We got the whole May. We got the whole June. We got the whole July. We got the whole August. We got 4.5 months festival season. I am officially declaring FDMG festival season has arrived. FDMG festival season has arrived. What independent school you know got their own water? What independent school you know? I didn't say charter school. I didn't say public school. I didn't say homeschool. I didn't say Catholic school. I said, what independent school got their own water? Brothers and sisters, we doing the work. We doing the work. We doing the work. This is what I want to say to my supporters. The Dr. Umar app is coming, and there will be a special group just for donors. A special group just for donors once the Dr. Umar app is ready to go, brothers and sisters. This is what I want to say to my FDMG donors. Do not listen to the hate. Do not get your information from YouTube. You're too smart. Don't listen to the Negropeans. Those are people who have failed in life. They're failures. They want to be me. They wish they were me. And because they can't be the greatest black school psychologist in American history, because they can't be the greatest orator of the 21st century, because they cannot be the only person in the conscious community building an independent revolutionary institution for our children, because they cannot be the greatest Garveyite of all time, they want to destroy me because they can't be me. They want to destroy me. Sister Octavia, where you been, Queen? Good to see you, love. They want to destroy me. Trenton, New Jersey, I will see you Wednesday. If you live in Jersey, if you live in the state of New Jersey, the GOAT is coming to Trenton, where I did my pre-doctoral internship in 2008, 2009, 1 year before I took over Black Consciousness Worldwide. 2008, 2009, my pre-doctoral internship was at the Ewing Residential Treatment Center, connected to Trenton State Psychiatric. I said my pre-doctoral internship 2008, 2009 was at the Ewing Residential Treatment Center across the street from Trenton State Psychiatric Hospital, where we had to do our clinicals. So I'm going back to memory lane. I'm coming back to memory lane, Trenton, New Jersey, this Wednesday, May the 4th. Trenton, New Jersey, this Wednesday. It's free. Totally free. It's activism, not capitalism. This is a struggle. It's not a hustle. If you need the flyer for Wednesday's lecture in Trenton, New Jersey, if you need.
So yeah, because he was pretty much, advertising all those speaking engagements he has coming up and talking about this festival. And I believe last year it was in August, and that's when he married the two women. Do if you guys remember that? Um, so I guess he's doing that again, but nothing about the doors of these schools are being open, or he's accepting applications or whatever for people to to enroll their kids. And then I just want to know how many, is there even a Black community in Delaware? Right? And so it's all these things that you have to consider. You really do. We're only what 10 to 12% of America's population. We're not everywhere across this country. Do people understand that? So you're saying you're opening a school for Black boys in a place where, do they even have any Black boys to enroll in that school? I don't know. I don't hear anybody ever saying to me they from Delaware, and I'm just keeping it real. So, and I'm not saying that they're not anybody Black there, um, but isn't enough people there for him to enroll in the school? And like I said, if you plan on opening this school to the doors, opening your doors to all these other folk, then you can let all these other folk invest in the school, in building the school as well. Why is that being placed on Black folk? And people using these talking points about our Blackness, is that's really getting old. It's really getting old, because we don't see people walking all this stuff when they come running with all this talk, in their everyday life. And I just said what I said on that. I don't care who don't like what I say. I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's starting to get old. People are seeing through that, and it's real clear what we're saying. So I don't know. I don't know if this school is going to happen or not. He did not say anything about a date of the school opening. He said he's going to make an announcement, but he said that last year and nothing happened. And so here we are, over a year, I'm coming into another year with the same conversation. So, and I get it, just like I get people who probably didn't know who my coming to my YouTube channel was here yesterday. So he's getting people that are coming to his YouTube channel who may not necessarily know who he is. Right. And so this is who he's talking to. And I get that. I get that people don't know what he said last year. They don't know what he said 5 years ago. Right. And so it's that he's playing on. But I feel like it's certain things that become telling, because you could take up a collection from any and everybody that wants to assist you at this point, because who is Black up in Delaware? Where is these Black boys at in Delaware? That's what I need to see that as well. Maybe I'll look into that, but I need to see the census records on how many Black folk is in Delaware that have Black children that he's going to be able to put in school. And biracial people are biracial people. That non-Black parent should be able to write you a check for this school. Okay, I'm assuming that's what you're saying when you say Black, because oftentimes when people are talking about Black people, they really are including all these other folk anyway, because they can't stand alone, right? So, and and if you're already accepting money from these people, then you can openly accept money from anybody, regardless if they're married to a black person or sleeping with a black person or have a half black child or not. Anybody should be able to assist you at this point, because this is kind of getting to a point. I can understand why people went to the courts to ask for a cease and desist. I don't know if that's really a thing. I don't know who created this story, if it's a real story. It sounds like what he's saying that it's not. It's not real. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of anyone sending someone a cease and desist to stop taking up a collection. Now, legally, the people that are investing in this school, can they take legal action against him if he is falsely collecting money for something that's not going to happen? Now, there is probably some legal ramification for that. Like, there is something people probably can do with that, right? Especially if you've given him enough money. If you've given him X amount of dollars over the years, and you can pull those receipts of you giving that type of money, there's probably something that people can do on a legal end, because I don't think you can, because it's kind of like fraud, right? If you constantly, it's just like when they used to have those organizations, and this is when I was growing up. They don't do it anymore. You kind of see a couple of them every blue moon, but people used to have all these organizations collecting all these money for the African babies, and this is why everybody thought everybody in Africa was naked. Do people remember that? You probably have to be over a particular age, because what happened, there was a crackdown on that, on the fact that a lot of these organizations were lying. They were never taking that money to Africa to help anybody, right? And then you come to find out people in Africa, black people in Africa, is people in all over Africa living just like us, right? And so, um, yeah, this is obviously way before social media and all that stuff, because now you can kind of put your word across the world in 5 minutes. This is when, all of this stuff was in play. There wasn't even no cell phones, but they used to have all these commercials coming on, in particular on the weekend. If 7-minute commercials were longer, the flies all over the babies looking mound. And, it's fraud. Like, you're taking up a collection, you're using people feeling bad for people, feeling like they want to help somebody, get a chance in life. You're playing on that, right? And then you're taking up this money, and then you're not doing what you're saying that you're going to do. Yeah, people are going to turn you in it eventually, right? So, people set themselves up. You don't get mad at the black community, and this is why, and probably why he's making this about the black community. This ain't about the black community. Because if you're out here frauding people that look like you, then you're no better than the person that's turning you in anyway. So, miss me with all of that. Like, if you're going to open a school, open the school. I understand people wanting him to stop taking up that collection, if that's not really what you're trying to do. And like I said, maybe if he opened up this collection to all these other folk that he gonna let up in the school anyway, then maybe you can get the school done faster. You know, because like I said, how many black folks really live in Delaware? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I don't know who started this whole conversation about him um, receiving a cease and desist letter. I don't know if this is a real story. Like he is saying, well, if you guys want to hear his whole conversation, go over to his Instagram. I believe it's is it King? I don't know if it's his Instagram might be different from his YouTube page, but you can put his name in, and I'm sure his page will come up on Instagram, and watch the full video. It's about 25 minutes. Um, and he's pretty much saying that he doesn't know why, the people just hating on him, right? He doesn't know where the story comes from. I don't either. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's real, if it's not. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Um, and I will see you guys in the next video, because I want to come back and talk about something else.